Well, good afternoon. As you can see, I'm not having a good day. This has been the worst week of my life. You're not going to believe what happened today. I don't even have the words. Mr. Max is gone. Got up this morning, and like I said, he hasn't been eating. And he was sitting on the couch, and I could see his breathing was labored. He was like, and his eyes started going back, and he almost went out to fall over. And then I was holding him, and he was doing the same shallow breathing, and his eyes were like, he's trying to stay conscious. And so I called the vet, and I said, I've got to rush Mr. Max over there. He can't breathe. And I rushed him there, and I got the news that I knew for some time, which they kept saying, no, 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 no. He had an enlarged heart and a lot of fluid in the chest cavity and around the heart. And I knew it I kept telling them for years. He has no energy. He cannot take the heat at all. He's coughing. He's doing this coughing. And I had just taken him in not too long ago. They did the test, said he's fine. Oh, it's just, his trachea making that sound. There's nothing in his lungs. Well, that could not have been true at all, because it wasn't that long that I took him in here. And he was, the best thing to do for him today was to let him go. Now they wanted to do an echocardiogram and all these other tests and put him on these medications, but I talked to the doctor, and he said even with the most aggressive treatment, he would be lucky if he had a couple of months. And I said, I'm not going to have him suffer. I've seen this coming, and I've tried to tell people he has got a heart condition. And I was, they kept telling me, no, 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 he doesn't. Well, yeah, he did. And I knew it, and I felt it for some time. I was so worried when I was holding him today that he was going to pass away in my lap. So I took him down there, and the minute I got him down there, they put him on oxygen, started an IV, and did the x-rays, came back and told me he has a very bad enlarged heart and a lot of fluid there. And I was so angry with them, though, because I made the choice I don't want him to suffer. And no matter what they do, it's not going to reverse it. It's not going to make it better. And I knew how difficult things were for him. And I said, I'm not going to have him suffer. So they brought him in. And before they brought him in, they had given him a sedative. But when they brought him in, he was already basically gone. He was already out. And the minute they brought him in, this girl comes in there and says, you want to pay the bill now? I saw red. I was so angry. I screamed at her, get out of here. Really, now you're worried about the money in this second? I was so angry. And the doctor said, they're doing their job because people come in here and they go through this and they walk out and they don't pay. I said, when have I never paid a bill? When have I ever done that? I just went through this last week with May. I said, do they have no compassion? Do they have no understanding of what this is? So I was really seeing red at that point. And the doctor said, just, go ahead and go home. You pay your bill later, pay it when you pick up his ashes, whatever. And I said, I have never not paid a bill. And I said, that was the most rude thing that somebody can do to you. Come in and want money when you're bringing him in to be euthanized, really? So, yeah, a tough day. And then I had to rush home because I had the little one here. That was, I had him in the little container thing here. I had him here because I didn't want him running around loose in here. And he didn't have the water in there and stuff because he has a tendency just to knock it over. So I had to get back here to take care of him. And, just a lot of weird stuff had happened. Like I said, when May passed, Max just turned a corner. And I could see today he was trying so hard to stay conscious. He was trying to hang on. When I was driving him down there, I could see him trying to hang on, And, but he was just really, his breathing was so labored. And, so yeah, that's my day today. Last week it was May. This week it was Maxie. And I'll tell you the weirdest thing that happened. I went in and I was looking for, a companion for Max. And they had a Chihuahua listed at the vet's department that you could maybe adopt. Out of all the names in the world, its name was Max. I said, I can't have two Maxes. It's like, that was the day I went and just picked up the ashes for May. Yesterday. Okay, yesterday. Little did I know that I wouldn't have had two Maxes. Okay? Oh, my Lord. Now, if this would have happened before I got this little guy, I wouldn't have gotten him. Because I was thinking, when Max and May go, I'm not going to get another pet. The day before he leaves. So, for whatever reason, it's kind of like the universe was, it was so, just the whole thing is so weird. And, now don't get me wrong, this little guy, he's so sweet, but this is definitely not what I was expecting to take place. Now I kept telling people, Max is coming to his time. I was feeling it. He's 12 years old. I just knew, I knew that something was seriously wrong with Max. And everybody kept telling me, no, he's fine, you know. No, he wasn't fine. And he obviously had not been fine for a long time because of a very enlarged heart and a lot of fluid. When they brought him in to be euthanized, he had so much fluid there, it was coming out his nose. The fluid with blood and stuff. Yeah, it was serious. And I had just taken him in for a wellness check. Okay? Just a few weeks before. And they told me, oh, his lungs sound fine. Obviously, no. So I'm just... I don't know, for some reason, I guess the universe wanted me to have this little guy. Yeah, maybe Maymay knew that Max was coming too. Now, what's really weird, the name that came to me yesterday when I got this little guy was Chemo. You know what chemo means? The usurper. The usurper. He came and he took Max's place. Now that's another weird one. I find the Chihuahua, his name is Max. The name that comes to me is Chemo, which means the usurper, the one that takes the place of. I'm like, this is too weird. Too weird. And 1 week away from each other. Unbelievable. So anyway, that's my day. You know, the only good thing is I'm glad that Max isn't suffering anymore. Now, like I said the other day, he could walk 4 steps and he sat down. He couldn't go any further. He couldn't even take weather that was 70 degrees. He was stressing. Now, this didn't just happen this week. This has been going on for a number of years, and that's why I've continued to say he's got a heart problem. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that's what's going on. And nobody believed me. And Max was the lovingest. Oh. Excuse me. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to leave this here and compose myself again and do the wisdom from the universe in just a little while. But this was just tough morning, I have to say. A very tough morning.